Hello, and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Thursday, May 28th edition of our video devotionals. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I do hope your Thursday's going well, and we're getting some more warm up, and of course, God has given us some rain recently, so we're thanking the Lord for that, but the Lord's been certainly good to us in so many ways, so be thankful for the rain, be thankful for the sunshine. When the sun's shining, just be thankful for what God gives us, and that's important. We're going to be in 2 Kings chapter 7 today. We'll start in verse number 3, read down to verse number 9, go to verse 16, give you something we believe will be of some help to you. Otherwise, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for comments, acknowledgments. Continue to remember the church. A dear lady who watches these videos on a very regular basis has, I think, from day one, and she's asking us to remember their church. They had a dear deacon die. So remember the family, the church, and everybody associated with this church. I believe it's up in the Hickory, North Carolina area, so remember them if you will. All right, so interesting situation. There's a famine in the land. Elisha is the prophet that would be living at this time, and we're going to start in verse number 3. It says, "And there were 4 leprous men at the entering in of the gate, and they said one to another, 'Why sit we here until we die? If we say we will enter into the city, then the famine is in the city, and we shall die there. And if we sit still, we die also. Now therefore come and let us fall unto the host of the Syrians. If they save us alive, we shall live, and if they kill us, we shall but die.' And they rose up in the twilight to go into the camp of the Syrians. And when they were come to the uttermost part of the camp of Syria, behold, there was no man there. For the Lord had made the host of the Syrians to hear a noise of chariots and a noise of horses, even the noise of a great host. And they said one to another, 'Lo, the king of Israel hath hired against us the kings of the Hittites and the kings of the Egyptians to come upon us.' Wherefore they arose and fled in the twilight, and left their tents and their horses and their asses, even the camp as it was, and fled for their life. And when these lepers came to the uttermost part of the camp, they went into one tent, and did eat and drink, and carried thence silver and gold and raiment, and went and hid it, and came again and entered into another tent, and carried thence also, and went and hid it. Then they said one to another, 'We do not well. This day is a day of good tidings, and we hold our peace. If we tarry till the morning light, some mischief will come upon us. Now therefore come, that we may go and tell the king's household.' And then, of course, when they went and told, the people didn't believe them, so this is a trick, and they're trying to draw us out to kill us. But look at verse 16. "And the people went out and spoiled the tents of the Syrians." And we're going to stop right there. So it's an interesting story here. Basically, these 4 leprous men, and by the way, the Syrians had them, surrounded, basically trying to starve them out. And so there they were. And these 4 leprous men said to themselves, "You know what? If we go into the city, you know what? We can die there. If we sit here, we'll die right here. We can take a chance and go out to the Syrians. They may just keep us alive. And if they don't, they'll just kill us. So really, we're going to die either way. So why don't we take a chance, get moving instead of just sitting here, and we'll go out there." And the Lord had performed a great miracle. The Lord had made some sound, some noise, and the Syrians thought, man, we're going to be killed right here. And they were so afraid that they literally left their food, they left their riches, they left their clothing, and just took off and got out of there. So you've got these 4 leprous men. They show up and they go into one tent. They go, "Man, look at this!" And they eat and do all of that. They hide the treasures. They go to another tent and say, "Man, look, we've hit a gold mine here," and literally, in a sense. And they says, "You know what? We're not doing right here. We need to go tell the king's household, let everybody know about this." And eventually, everybody was to take advantage of the spoils here. So God wrought a great miracle here. So here's the thing. I call this, why just sit around? Why sit around? You know what? You can just sit around and talk about the negatives, talk about the things that literally are going on, and just do nothing about it. But you can say, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do something about it. Of course, we can pray, and we shouldn't say that's the last resort. That's awful to even imply that, well, I guess we can pray. No, you should pray first. I realize there's people that don't. All of us are guilty of looking at situations, and some just sitting around and stewing in all the negativity, just sitting there and literally doing nothing. But these 4 leprous men says, we're going to take a chance. We're not just going to sit here, and we're going to go out there. And the Lord had wrought a great miracle. So let me just say this. It's interesting how God rewards those who are doing something. And I think if we just sit around and do nothing, I just wonder if the Lord made this happen because 4 men got up and says, we're going to take a chance. God may have already done it and said it's available, and it might just be if we sit around, we're missing what God's already done. Or it could be that if we begin to do something, God says, I'm going to show these industrious ones that I'm going to show them something. Either way, God wrought the miracle. The people, these 4 leprous men took advantage of it. They went and told everybody about it, and everybody was able to take advantage of it. So don't just sit around and act like, there's nothing that can be done. Always trust God, and don't just sit around. Do something. And I think that's important. All right, going to stop right there. Have a great day, safe day, healthy day. Lord willing, we'll be back already Friday tomorrow. Hard to believe, I know, but it is. And have a great day.